Let's go to Matthew 21. Then Jesus went into the temple of God and drove out all those who bought and sold in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves and said to them, "It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves." Then the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying out in the temple and saying, "Hosanna to the Son of David," they were indignant. I mean, you can't just let children be jumping up and down praising God in church. I mean, that's just not allowable. That wasn't on the program. Jesus liked it. Be careful in telling kids to be quiet if they're truly praising God. If they're not praising God, maybe they need to be quiet. But if they're praising God, man, you don't want to shut that down too quickly. I want to encourage that. But they weren't too happy. So Jesus tells them a story. Now, if they'd have paid attention to a little more to the story, they could have avoided a really bad problem because they end up condemning themselves to death. That's a pretty bad problem. Now, when Jesus tells a parable, there's a surface level to the story, right? But there's always a deeper religious or spiritual lesson. Just like Daniel, you've got a literal surface level for Jerusalem, but you got a deeper global one for God's people of faith. Actually, Daniel 11 is an acted out parable through history. Now, let's read the story. There was a certain landowner who planted a vineyard and set a hedge around it, dug a winepress in it, and built a tower. And he leased it to vine dressers and went into a far country. Now, when the vintage time drew near, he sent his servants to the vine dressers that they might receive its fruit. And the vine dressers took his servants, beat one, killed one, and stoned another. Again, he sent another servants more than the first, and they did likewise to them. Then last of all, he sent his son to them, saying, "They will respect my son." But when the vine dressers saw the son, they were said among themselves, "This is the heir. Come, let us kill him and seize his inheritance." So they took him and cast him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, when the owner of the vineyard comes, what will he do to those vine dressers? That's such an easy question. They didn't even have to think before they answered it. Big problem. They said to him, "He will destroy those wicked men miserably." They had to add that miserably onto it, no less. "And lease his vineyard to other vine dressers who will render to him the fruits in their seasons." Jesus said to them, "The kingdom of God will be taken from you and given to a nation bearing the fruits of it." Romans 11, the olive tree. Who bears fruit? Those who have faith, Jew and Gentile. But it is still his Israel. A few days later, Jesus leaves the temple for the last time. And he says, "Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the one who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her." Well, that's going right back to what he said a day or two before, isn't it? "How often I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing. See, your house is left you desolate." A couple of days earlier, he said, "My house," when he's in the temple. He's walked out of it now for the last time, and he says, "Your house." Ooh, what a difference. A church can be the house of God if he's in it. But if it's not, it's your house. We've got to make sure we're following God.